So you're doing a religious trend, right?
Correct.
I want to know your whole vision behind it and where you want to take it in next 5 years or something.
Absolutely. So, as I said, I grew up religious all my life, so I've always wanted to do something for my religion. I've always thought it would be cool to do something, give back to my community. So not only is this brand just kind of like a goal and an accomplishment for me to build a community, because not only am I, creating art that I want to, give out to the community, but it's also building and attracting more people. When I'm running advertisements, people are constantly reminded of the religion and just the overall art. I actually have people right now, as of the moment, customers who are not even religious at this point, that just buy it for the sheer art. So whether they go out and wear it, it's still spreading a message and it's still getting awareness. So like I said, within the next 5 years, I'm hoping to really do like some really big collaborations and really just take this to the next level. Like I said earlier, this brand is just something I've been working on for a while, and there's really, really like big goals I want to, knock out. And I plan on giving back to the community 100%. I stated that in the beginning when I started this brand. I'm not planning on keeping all the money. A good chunk of it is going to be going back to, my community and like the homeless and whatnot, because that's just, I feel like a really good thing to do, just give back to the people, because, they're all supporting me. So I want to give back because that's, my overall goal with this. And like I said, just really just getting the word out there. And I enjoy just doing this. I enjoy it. It's part of my faith. And I think it's a great way to build a community.
Yeah, definitely. I want to know another thing. I know that you belong to a like small town in Arizona, right? Uh,
Yeah.
I want to know how difficult it was to get out of that traditional mindset that is in that town and like build like you're like one in 1,000 person. Like you came from a place where the mindset was total opposite of what you were trying to build. I want to know what is your mindset and how did you build that and your whole process of coming here. Did you do any entrepreneurial ventures before and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. That is a great question, to be honest. I've still to this day, it's such a weird thing, like I said, all my life, like I said, like as you said, I grew up in a very small town. Everybody here, is so focused on getting these jobs, and ever since I think I was 17, I heard my first entrepreneur journey. I owned a social media marketing agency where I would, socialize and advertise for other companies so that they can, get leads or, just kind of get their word out there, kind of, just in the sense of marketing. Within that time, I started to do really well on that. I started to get some decent income and whatnot, but after a while, I stopped it. And, just having that money in the possession, it's definitely hard to find like-minded individuals around you here. That's for sure. Like I said, everybody here is so focused on going to college, doing their own different path. There's people that want to be doctors, work at big plant companies here. And it's very, very difficult to kind of venture away from that because you're constantly reminded to, people want to go to college, people want to go work these jobs. And it's just, people are constantly speaking about it and shooting for these goals that they have, which I felt were too little for me. I think that, going to college it's great for some people, but for me, I personally didn't feel like it was right for me. So it was very hard to venture off, but I did my thing at 17. And ever since I was 17, so about a little over a year ago now, I've just been kind of choosing a different path that I felt right for me, and I feel like it's paying back and then some. And it's very, as I said, it's very, very difficult to find people that want to venture off because we're even grown up, like we're told here, you know, in this small town where basically, everybody has to get a job, everybody has to go to college. Like that's like the standard protocol here. If you're not doing that, you're kind of looked down upon. So it was definitely a while before I can kind of convince people that I was doing something for good, and that this is not just something that's going to be temporary. I take this seriously just as anybody else would. And it was definitely difficult, and I think that eventually moving out of this town would do really good for me. But for right now, I'm stuck here as of the moment. But it was definitely difficult to kind of venture off. So that it was, it's for everybody, it's different. But no matter what, I always recommend to people that no matter what, if you have a goal, you have a dream, chase it no matter what people think, no matter what people's standards are, what people will think of you, just keep pushing. So
Of individuals who are just starting out do not take the first step. They're waiting for this particular design or breakthrough that will like make their brand a big success, or like they'll suddenly get a big like impressions or something on Instagram. They'll get viral, their brand will get viral, and then they'll like start it. What's your opinion in it on, and like what would you suggest them? Like for vendors that are just starting out or waiting on it.
absolutely. Yeah. So I feel like the big issue with people that are trying to start clothing brands now, as you said, people are super, super hesitant to take that jump, to take that risk, to put money into these brands, to do honestly anything whatsoever. I feel like people are stuck on either the manufacturing process, like trying to find a manufacturer, get that first design out there, or just honestly start marketing. It's really not that difficult. If you put in the time and effort every single day, there's no doubt in my mind that I think anybody who's a brand owner will succeed. Obviously, if you have a good enough product, and you market well enough, like I said, there's really nothing you can miss out on there. You just got to go and take that shot. You can't wait any longer. For me, 2024, I'm taking this thing as serious as possible. And I recommend that anybody else who is a small or a new or anything, even a big clothing brand owner, for example, I think that this year is a fresh year. You have, the rest of the, 11 other months now to just see some really good progression. So I feel like if people just kind of knock out that design aspect, they get the manufacturing out the way, then they have nothing to do but just keep focusing on that brand and just keep, social media, marketing, everything, every aspect you can do, even just, putting money into, your brand. People are so scared to take a risk and to, put some of their personal money into a brand, but you got to realize that it takes money to earn money. So if you're going to sit there and you're going to be indecisive about, oh, I don't want to put money here, I don't want to put time and effort into this, I'm going to put a little bit of time in it and expect, big results, that's just not going to happen, plain and simple. So once people start to understand, that if you put, hours into this and specialize in the craft, whatever it is, if you're designing your marketing aspect, like there's absolutely no way you can fail right now. Anybody is, anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, plain and simple. There's no really excuses, I feel like, now for people. You're seeing kids that are 15, 16 years old that are making six figures a year off of clothing. People that are making doctor salaries in on one drop. It's like there's really no excuse for people anymore, I feel like, at this point. And I think that right now is the best opportunity to get on it while you can, because while you do clothing, you can grow all your social media platforms. There's so much ways to make income and make this like the next chapter of your life, and really just take this to where you can honestly live life to the fullest. So, I recommend just get the things you want to get knocked out of the way, just keep pushing on your marketing, do whatever you can to just really get this on the road. There's no doubt in my mind that anybody can be successful. Just, you got to put that time and effort in.
Yeah, and I think you should not be like afraid of failures, because some people are like they lose money or something. But if you like have that kind of mindset that you lose something like this money, or like you waste your time. A lot of people have this kind of mindset